this is Shinanda and welcome to my channel. In today's class, we will study an interesting chapter from ICSE syllabus for class 9. The name of the chapter is Hearts and Hand, written by O. Henry. Let's begin. We will start with the author. Let us know some facts about the author. O. Henry is the pen name of American writer William Sidney Porter. Ready wit, gentle humor, consciousness and surprise endings have been the hallmarks of his short story. That means O. Henry is the pen name that is used by the writer William Sidney Porter. So he wrote under the name of O. Henry. Okay. And in most of his short stories, you will find these essential characteristics. What are they? That is ready wit, consciousness, humor and ending with a twist, that is surprise ending. Okay, so these were the special features in his writings. In most of his short story you will find these features. Okay, now let's move on to the theme of this chapter. What is the theme? What does the story tell us about? The main theme of the story is compassion of Marshall for his convict. Okay, this is the main theme. This is the first theme of the story, that you will see the compassion of the Marshall. Marshall is the officer and his compassion towards whom? Towards his prisoner or convict. Okay, and another one is deceptive quality of appearances, means how appearances can make us fool. Okay, it is said that don't judge a book by its cover, isn't it? Same is depicted in this story, that we should not judge a person by their appearances. Sometimes appearance can fool us. So that is why this is the main theme of the story, compassion of Marshall towards his convict and deceptive quality of appearances. Okay. Though Mr. Easton was a criminal, the officer rescued him from embarrassment twice in the story. So we have three main characters in the story. Okay, first is Mr. Easton, second is Marshall, and third is Mrs. Fairchild. Okay, so these three people, they were traveling on a train and they met by chance, and from there the story begins. So this Mr. Easton, he was actually a criminal. Okay, he was the criminal, and the officer, that is the Marshall, he, in spite of the fact that Easton was criminal, the Marshal, he understood his situation and rescued him from embarrassment twice in the chapter. Okay, you will find two incidences where he will rescue the convict from being embarrassed. Okay, firstly how? Firstly by telling lie that he was the convict. That is, in front of Mrs. Fairchild, Marshal said that he was the convict and Mr. Easton was the Marshal. So just see how he tried to save Mr. Easton from embarrassment. He himself told that I am the convict and Mr. Easton, he is the officer. He has handcuffed me and taking me to prison. So this was the first instance where he saved Mr. Easton from being embarrassed. He told the lady that no, he is not the convict. I am the convict and Mr. Easton is the Marshal. Okay. And second time, lying again that he needed to smoke. Okay, he needed a smoke break in order to help Easton escape embarrassing situation. So in two places where Easton was about to face embarrassment, the Marshal saved him from that. Okay, this had been an outstanding display of human compassion from the Marshal. So this incident brings out that how the Marshal was such a great man. He had a huge compassion. He was so passionate. He was what will I say? He had an outstanding display of human compassion towards his convict. Mr. Easton was the criminal. He was the convict. But in spite of that, Marshal was sympathetic towards him and he saved the criminal from being embarrassed in various situations. So this has been an outstanding display of human compassion from whom? From the Marshal. Okay, so this is your theme of the story. Now let's move on to the summary. The title of the story, Hearts and Hands, draw a lot of attention. Obviously, the title is very unique and catchy and it will draw your attention, isn't it? Apart from the rhythmic quality, it can be explained from various perspectives. So you can judge the chapter, or you can analyze the chapter from various perspectives. Okay. Entire plot took place on a train. Okay, so this plot of the story, it began in a train. Okay, how? Where Mr. Easton, handcuffed with Marshall, met a rich lady, Miss Fairchild. So they were traveling on a train when by chance Mr. Easton, who was handcuffed with the Marshal, met a lady named Miss Fairchild, and this lady Easton knew her previously. Okay, she was an acquaintance of Mr. Easton. So they knew each other previously for a long time, and suddenly on the train they met. And how they met, the thing was so funny that Mr. Easton was handcuffed with the marshal. In such situation, he met Miss Fairchild, whom he had known for a long time. And obviously this was an embarrassing situation, isn't it? If you know a person for a long time, you have a good acquaintance with that person, and now that person sees you as a victim, as a convict, it's really embarrassing. So it was an embarrassing situation for Easton, okay? Though the hands of the two men were handcuffed, representing a contrasting relation of prisoner and officer, the heart went alike. Though these two people, Marshall and Easton, they were, what was the relation between these two people? The Marshall was the officer and Easton was the criminal or the convict. Okay, they were the contrasting people. Okay, the two men were handcuffed, representing a contrasting relationship, a police and a thief, like that kind of contrasting relationship, criminal and police. But in spite of this contrast between the two, who were the two, the Marshall and Mr. Easton, in spite of their contrast, there was a similar thing that was going on, that is their hearts were alike. That means their heartbeat were alike, means they could feel each other. Marshall could feel the embarrassment of Mr. Easton. That is why he saved him from embarrassing situation, isn't it? So Marshall could feel the heartbeats of his victim, his criminal, his convict. Okay, in spite of the fact that they had a contrasting relationship, Easton was a prisoner and Marshall was officer. In spite of this relationship, Marshall could very well feel and understand the heart of Easton, and that is why he saved him from embarrassing situation. Okay. The Marshal could feel the beats of heart of his convict. Obviously, that is why he saved him from embarrassing. He told Miss Fairchild that no, Easter is the Marshal and he was the convict, isn't it? He came forward to save his prisoner from the embarrassing situation by lying to Miss Fairchild. So Marshall could understand the situation, that Easton had known this lady for a long time, and she had a good impression on him, and he didn't wanted the impression to be ruined, and that is why Marshall tried his best to save his prisoner from embarrassment, and that's why he told lies to Miss Fairchild that no, Easton was actually the Marshal and he was the convict, and that is why they were handcuffed together. Easton was taking him to the prison. Okay. Although his hands were forced to do his duty, his heart felt pity for Mr. Easton. So, just see, the Marshal was so compassionate, so good at heart, that in spite of the fact that he had to do his duty to imprison the prisoner, in spite of that he felt pity for Mr. Easton. He could understand the situation of Mr. Easton, and that is why he felt pity and he tried his best to save him from any kind of embarrassment. Is it clear? Okay, but he was forced to do his duty. Obviously, he kept him handcuffed. Why? Because that was his duty. So he was doing his duty, at the same time he was also saving Easton from embarrassment. So he was doing two jobs equally well. Okay, Marshal was doing his two jobs as an officer. He was doing his duty of handcuffing the criminal and taking him to the prison. At the same time, he was also saving him from embarrassment in front of the lady, Miss Fairchild. Okay. So this was obviously an outstanding display of human compassion from the Marshal. Again, Miss Fairchild was passionate about talking to Mr. Easton. Now, Fairchild was also very interested in Mr. Easton. Okay, she was interested, she wanted to have a relationship with him. That is why she was very passionate and eager while talking to Mr. Easton. Okay. But at the same time, her heart wished to get closer to him. She wanted to get closer to Mr. Easton, and maybe she wanted to start a relationship with him, to start a family with him. That's why she was so passionate about talking to him. But at the same time, what happened? His handcuffed hands made her feel different. So see the condition over here. There are two contradicting actions going on. Her heart is telling her to to interact with this man, to talk with this man, to get close to this man. Maybe she wanted to start a relationship with Mr. Itzon, but at the same time the handcuffed hands of Mr. Itzon may forced her to think differently. She was worried, she was thinking otherwise. Okay, so two things were going on, conflict was going on in her mind. At one time she was feeling that she should get close to this man, she should talk more and maybe she should start a relationship with this man. At the same time, whenever she was looking at his hands been handcuffed, she was in doubt whether she should move forward or not. So from both angles, the hearts and hands were contradicting with each other. Okay, so heart was telling something, the hands were telling something, so they were contradicting each other. The hearts and hands were contradicting each other. That is why the title of the story is witty and apt. Okay, because the entire story is telling us about the contradicting nature of hearts and hands. Marshall was compassionate towards, was having pity towards his convict. At the same time, he was doing his duty by handcuffing the criminal, isn't it? So there also heart and hands were involved. And in the second case, in case of Miss Fairchild, also heart and hands were involved. Why? Miss Fairchild's heart was telling her to to get closer to Mr. Watson, but whenever she looked at the handcuffed, her heart changed and she was thinking otherwise. Okay, so in both the cases, in both the case of Marshall as well as Miss Fairchild, hearts and hand, they played a contradicting role, and that is why the title of the story is witty and apt. This is a very interesting story with a surprise end that and the deceptive characteristic of appearance, that is how a look can give you a false impression. Mr. Itzon was a handsome young man who gave an impression that he could be a marshal. Okay, the way he looked, the way he talked, he looked like the marshal, and even the marshal himself confirmed, he lied to Miss Fairchild that yes, Mr. Itzon was the marshal, and people believed it. Why? Because Mr. Itzon was looking like a marshal. That is why people believed it. And the original marshal, he was not that handsome and presentable. That's why people believed that yes, he was the convict or the criminal. So how looks can be deceptive is very well portrayed in the story. And at the same time, how an outstanding display of human compassion has been showed by the marshal, how he understood the situation of his criminal and how he tried his best to help him get out of the embarrassing situation. He knew that Easton and Miss Fairchild knew each other for a long time, and he didn't wanted the impression of Mr. Itzon to be bad in front of the lady, and that is why he kept lying to Miss Fairchild that no, Mr. Itzon is the marshal and he himself was the convict, and he also saved him several times from any kind of embarrassing situation. So this is a very, very beautiful story with a twist at the end, and I hope you have understood the chapter. In case you have any doubt, do let me know in the comment section. Till then, keep watching my videos and please don't forget to share, subscribe and like. Bye-bye. Thank you.